What is Pirate's favorite watch? It's obviously Amazfit GTR. Oh, that was bad. Hi, I'm Marta and this is NotEnoughTECH, and today we are talking about Amazfit GTR, which is, well, they advertise it as a smartwatch. It's not a smartwatch per se, it's a sport tracker, and I'll explain it why. So if you're interested in that, let's take a closer look of why I think it's a sport tracker, not a smartwatch, and why it's Amazfit. Amazing, Amazfit, same thing. Disclaimer where disclaimer is due. The Amazfit GTR has been provided to me by GearBest. The link is in the description to a product page, so if you're interested in purchasing one, use the link in the description and I'll thank you very much. I've mentioned Amazfit GTR isn't a smartwatch, not in my eyes. Why it isn't a smartwatch? Well, this is a smartwatch, this is LG Urbane, it's not very good, it didn't age gracefully. And this is a sport tracker, this is Mi Band 4, and Amazfit placed itself somewhere in the middle. So why this isn't a smartwatch despite looking like one? Well, that's my personal opinion really, because it's how you basically use it. This is a very passive device, which means for the most part you're going to be receiving a lot of notifications and information on the watch, but you won't be able to do anything else with it other than to read it and get yourself familiar with it. And after all, you're going to just take out the phone and do whatever you must do. So you're not going to answer any of the text messages or messages sent to you via WhatsApp. You won't be able to use voice commands or voice assistants and trigger searches. Obviously, it doesn't come with Wi-Fi, it doesn't come with SIM card. However, unlike the Mi Band 4, it has extended functionality. So first of all, it does resemble a wristwatch. So at first you might be forgiven thinking this is an actual smartwatch. Second of all, it comes with a GPS, which makes it awesome for activity tracking. Amazfit GTR comes in two flavors. Now this is a 47mm case with 1.39-inch AMOLED display. It's really nice and bright display that you'll be able to read even in the daylight, which I've done several times during my workout. There wasn't any issues at all. Now I'm rocking it at the full brightness and 15 seconds timeout. There is a wrist gesture enabled, and I've got right now the heart rate monitor enabled to track my sleep and track my pulse every minute. So those activities are really battery draining, and they come with a lot of warnings on the watch, which is initially made me feel like, since there's so much warning, how long the battery's gonna last? Well, it's a good thing you've asked, because I've been running it for 10 days now at what you consider a full blast. I went for an exercise of 3 hours in total, maybe 4 hours in total of GPS tracking, and I still got 50% on it. This is insane. Honestly, that's gonna last about 20 days with everything pretty much maxed out on it. And this is very, very impressive. To compare this to my old smartwatch, that barely would last 2 days. If you think that Amazfit GTR is somehow linked to Xiaomi, you are not entirely wrong. Both the Xiaomi Mi Band and Amazfit GTR are made by the same company, which is called Huami. Now, that's not a coincidence, because when you actually look at the apps, the Xiaomi Mi Fit and the Amazfit app, they are carbon copies of each other. And to be honest, for the most part, they're very similar app with one very peculiar difference. Mi Fit comes with Google Fit integration, while Amazfit comes with Strava. At first I was scratching my head thinking like, why both options aren't available. It does kind of make sense, because this is more of a pedometer and activity tracker, while this comes with a GPS, which means all the outdoor activities gonna be most likely to be tracked instead, and Strava is better suited than poorly designed Google Fit. Whoever used Google Fit? Speaking of activities, there is an entire array of things that you can track with this. So from your typical activities like indoor and outdoor cycling or running, to swimming, also indoor and in the pools, to trail running or just doing basic exercise in the gym. What's missing, and I would like to see this in the next software updates, was the ability to actually count your sit-ups, press-ups and maybe squats, some things that I really enjoyed on my smartwatch. Turns out Amazfit GTR is great for cycling too. So I've been running it for a while now. It stays on the wrist where it's supposed to. The heart rate sensor is accurate, and despite me wearing sunglasses and the full sunshine, I can read the results pretty well. So yeah, good marks for being great for cycling. Another great feature of Amazfit GTR is the heart rate monitor. Bear in mind that you have to position it carefully in the correct place, otherwise you're gonna have misreadings. Now that's gonna take a couple of tries to kind of figure out where that position is, but once you're used to it, you shouldn't have any problems. Now I've been running it alongside my Sigma Sport Rockstand cycling computer with a chest strap, which is really accurate, and for duration of 1 hour I've only noticed like 1 to 2 beats per minute difference between the watch and between my Sigma Sport, which is just impressive. How about GPS and the accuracy? For the most part I was really impressed with it. When out and about cycling over the distance of 32 kilometers, I've acquired 200 meters of difference between my Rox 10, which uses GPS, and the wheel circumference, you can read that as being accurate, difference between this and the smartwatch itself. So smartwatch was reporting slightly shorter distance. Now I had one run in which the difference was actually 70 meters over the distance of 3 kilometers, which amounts to about 1 to 2%, which is probably less accurate than I would expect during this run, but it happened just once, and it could be just a really bad GPS fix. What makes Amazfit excellent sport tracker is the ability to display all the data from your workout. So you no longer have to pull out your phone to check some detailed information about just completed workout. You can just look at the watch and access the graphs, pie charts and all the statistics from the workout you just done, which is awesome. They try to minimize the phone use and they do it very, very well. That leads me to the biggest flaw of Amazfit as I see it right now. This device has no ability to store music. While there is a fully developed music playback control, you are expected to carry a phone with you, which is kind of counterproductive. When you think about it, if I wanted to go and have a run in a forest, ideally I'd like to take this and I would have a heart tracking, I would have a pedometer, I would have a GPS, come back home, download everything to get that map information, that sweet GPS coordinates positioning against the Google Maps or Strava. But for the duration of the run, all I would need is the watch. Now, without the music being stored locally and without the link to headphones like you can do with the smartwatches like LG or Bain, that's not possible. And if you want to enjoy the music while you're working out, unfortunately, you will have to take your phone with you. As I mentioned before, I hope to see the next iteration with a music storage and a link to a Bluetooth headphones. That would be Amazfit. So if you are trying to be more active and just ability to count steps isn't enough for you, give Amazing GTR a go. I don't think you will be disappointed, because after 10 days of use, I have nothing but praise. You can find Amazfit GTR on GearBest, and that's gonna set you back about $140 depending on the current promotion. You might think it's a lot of money to pay for a sport tracker, but on the other side, it's not as an expensive smartwatch as you might think. It's actually pretty good, and I can totally see myself replacing a smart band, which is I'm running right now, which is Mi Band 4, and running with Amazfit GTR. So call me impressed. I'll be using that for a while, and since I don't have NFC on this one as well, I'm not missing out at all. So if you're interested, guys, in more of my content, follow me on social media. You'll find the articles and videos and all the announcements whenever I post something, or if you just want a video, just stick to YouTube and follow me on there. As for now, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye. Tesco to the rescue. I've actually run out of batteries, so on my recorders I need to change them.